Elon Musk, a name that's practically synonymous with wealth, power, and ambition. At one point, he was the richest person on the planet, with a fortune that seemed limitless. But here's the real question. How did someone rise to such heights only to experience one of the most dramatic financial falls in history? What caused this incredible journey? And what does it tell us about the man behind it all? Buckle up, because what you're about to hear is a story filled with ambition, risks, innovation, and yes, a lot of ups and downs. Musk's journey to the top wasn't a traditional one. Born in South Africa in 1971, he was a curious kid who devoured books about science, technology, and space. By the time he moved to Canada and then the United States, his mind was already set on something bigger changing the world. He didn't take the typical route. While most people look for a job, Musk was looking for opportunities to create something entirely new. He co-founded Zip2, an online city guide software back in 1996. It wasn't glamorous, but it was his first step into the tech world. Zip2 got sold for nearly $300 million, and Musk took that money and reinvested it into something bigger. The next chapter in his story was X.com, a company he founded in 1999. X.com eventually became PayPal, revolutionizing online payments. This was a game changer. PayPal sold to eBay for $1.5 billion, and just like that, Musk became a millionaire, setting the stage for his real dreams to come alive. But Musk wasn't done yet. The moment he sold PayPal, his mind shifted to something far more ambitious. He was driven by the dream of saving humanity and changing the way we live on this planet. In 2004, Musk joined Tesla Motors. He wasn't a founder but became CEO in 2008. And this is where things got interesting. Tesla wasn't just another car company, it was a mission. Musk wasn't just selling cars. He was selling a vision of a sustainable future where electric cars could replace gas-guzzling vehicles. The company was on the edge of failure more than once. In the early days, Tesla's future looked shaky. Production delays, financial struggles, and a skeptical market made it hard to imagine a world where electric cars were anything more than a niche product. Yet Musk pushed forward. He put his money where his mouth was, investing millions of his own dollars to keep Tesla alive. Slowly, it paid off. The Model S hit the streets in 2012, and it was nothing like anything else on the market. A sleek, high-performance electric car that could actually compete with traditional luxury brands. Tesla wasn't just another car company. It became a symbol of what could be done when people stopped thinking small and took risks. By 2020, Tesla wasn't just surviving, it was thriving, and Musk was getting the credit he deserved. His wealth exploded as the company's stock price skyrocketed, and suddenly, Musk was one of the richest people on Earth. Tesla was valued at nearly $800 billion at its peak, and Musk was leading the charge in the race for a cleaner future. While most billionaires are focused on their businesses here on Earth, Musk had his eyes on the stars. In 2002, he founded SpaceX with the audacious goal of making space travel affordable and accessible. Musk's vision wasn't just to visit space, but to make it possible for humans to live on Mars. People laughed at the idea, but Musk didn't mind. SpaceX started small, struggling in the early years with multiple failed rocket launches. But Musk was relentless. He poured his energy into getting things right, and in 2008, SpaceX made history with the successful launch of the Falcon 1, the first privately funded liquid-fueled rocket to reach orbit. This moment marked the beginning of SpaceX's rise to power. From there, things got even bigger. In 2012, SpaceX became the first private company to send a spacecraft to the International Space Station. In 2020, they made headlines again by launching astronauts into space on their Crew Dragon capsule. This was unheard of. Private companies were now a serious player in space exploration, and Musk was leading the charge. By 2021, Elon Musk had officially claimed the title of the richest person on the planet, surpassing Jeff Bezos. How did he get there? The answer lies in his relentless pursuit of innovation across multiple industries. Through Tesla, he revolutionized the electric vehicle market, making electric cars not only practical but desirable. With SpaceX, he changed the game in space exploration, achieving what many thought impossible for a private company. But his ventures didn't stop there. Neuralink, which focuses on developing brain-machine interfaces, and the Boring Company, aiming to solve traffic problems with underground tunnels, further solidified his position as a visionary leader in tech. Musk's net worth skyrocketed past $400 billion, and for a time, he was the face of the future, embodying the dream of what technology could do for humanity. It wasn't just his wealth that set him apart. It was the magnitude of his ambition and the scale of his impact. Musk wasn't just a businessman, he was becoming a cultural icon. His bold, sometimes eccentric ideas captured the imagination of millions. He wasn't just creating products or launching companies, he was shaping the future. His eccentric personality and knack for making the impossible seem possible fueled his fame. People didn't just admire him, they followed him, supported his ventures, and bought into his larger-than-life vision. Musk's tweets, his public persona, and his unpredictable nature made him a household name. He was viewed as a tech genius who was pushing the boundaries of what the world could achieve, turning science fiction into reality. His companies were pushing humanity toward a future where electric cars, space exploration, and new forms of transportation were no longer fantasies, but achievable goals. The world watched as Musk made one groundbreaking move after another, and for a time, he seemed untouchable. But like any great story, the rise wasn't without its challenges, and over time, those challenges grew into full-blown struggles. In 2022, Tesla's stock started to fall. A combination of factors led to this. The electric vehicle market became more crowded, with new competitors entering the space. Tesla's production issues continued to surface. And then, the global economic slowdown hit. Tesla's stock was no longer the juggernaut it had once been, and Musk's wealth began to shrink rapidly. By 2023, he lost $120 billion in a matter of months. For someone who had been the richest man in the world, this was a dramatic fall. Musk's acquisition of Twitter, now X, in 2022 was a turning point. The move was controversial from the start. Musk promised to make Twitter a platform for free speech, but his decisions ranging from mass layoffs to changes in content moderation left many users and advertisers uneasy. The platform's user base began to shrink, and advertisers pulled their funding, further hurting Twitter's value. Musk's personal brand began to take a hit as well. His outspoken opinions on politics, technology, and business created division. For every loyal fan, there were critics, and those critics weren't shy about sharing their views. His relationship with the media soured, and Tesla's image suffered because of his increasingly controversial public persona. The billionaire who had once been adored by millions was now facing growing backlash. While SpaceX remains a key player in space exploration, the company also faced its own financial pressures. Musk's ambitions to colonize Mars and build a sustainable space economy required massive investments, and as the focus shifted to commercial space missions, SpaceX's profitability became more important. Although the company is still strong, the high costs and long timelines for Mars colonization raised questions about its immediate future. Elon Musk's wealth may have dipped, but his legacy is far from finished. He's still a titan in the world of technology, space, and sustainable energy. But what does this story teach us? The rise of Musk shows what can happen when one person has the vision and determination to change the world. But his fall reminds us that even the most powerful individuals are not immune to setbacks. Musk's story is still being written. The future of Tesla, SpaceX, and his other ventures is uncertain, but one thing is clear: his impact on the world is undeniable. Whether he remains the richest man or not, Elon Musk has changed industries and redefined what it means to be a modern-day visionary. Musk's journey proves that extraordinary success doesn't come without its pitfalls. From building empires to facing public scrutiny, his life story is filled with highs and lows. But what does the future hold for him? Can he regain his title as the world's richest man? Or will his legacy be defined by something else entirely? One thing's for sure, whether you love him or hate him, Musk's influence is here to stay. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the rise and fall of Elon Musk, Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on more fascinating stories.